Shanti, brothers and sisters. This is our final opportunity to meet you before we have 2 Saturdays for Christmas Day and New Year's Day. And so Ranjanben thought that let's have a dedicated Christmas BK chit chat. So she's chosen a Murli from when Baba came on Christmas Day in 1983. And for Baba's children, all the festivals suddenly become quite exciting because we know it from a different angle. We have the third eye of knowledge. And so actually, I think the festivals become even more special. I think a lot of the time, the religious festivals became more materialistic, more tradition, more meeting family rather than, I think a lot of the time they lost their spirituality actually for us. So when we receive Baba's knowledge, it's not that we don't like the festivals. I think they take more meaning for us in many ways. So in this Murli, you'll hear from Baba his take from the perspective of knowledge on the meaning of Christmas Day for the Brahmins. Now, I'm sure I won't go into it in too much detail, but I'm sure many of you know that this date of 25th December is a little bit random because there's not really a clear record of when Jesus was born. But here in the UK, the religion prior to Christianity was the Roman religion. And 25th of December was a big festival day for the Roman religion. And so when another religion takes over, sometimes they keep the old days because those days are traditional holiday days. And then they began to celebrate Christ's Mass. Mass means gathering. So Christ's Mass on the 25th. Today's the 18th, isn't it? So this Tuesday is the 21st. And for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, it's your longest day of the year. For those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, it's our shortest day of the year. And so what would happen is that having a celebration after that shortest day is very dark and cold. It provides that sort of lift for the self and for the community. And so this date, in one sense, is a little bit random. In some countries, they celebrate it on 6th of January as well. And here it's known as the Epiphany, when the 3 wise kings arrive to meet the baby, Jesus. But more for the Christians, it's actually Easter. Easter is more that religion, that festival that's more directly connected with that religion. So really Christmas makes us think of many other things as well. The symbols of Christmas also are quite modern, really. So a lot of the current, you'll see that I've got a red and white hat on today. Now, that actually is more of a 20th century thing. Traditionally, Father Christmas was actually shown in green, and St. Nicholas was a saint celebrated through Europe at that time. But 100 years ago, the Coca-Cola company launched an advertisement where they made Father Christmas red and white. And so that's dominated us. So a lot of these traditions are like that. And then the tradition of the Christmas tree began, I think it was around 1843, I think, something like that, when Queen Victoria and Prince Albert, they launched a postcard. So this is how Christmas cards began as well. And on that postcard, they showed that they had brought a tree because in Germany, this was part of the tradition that you decorate a tree at the time of Christmas. It wasn't a UK tradition, but Prince Albert, Queen Victoria's husband, he was from Germany. And so he brought that tradition to the UK. And then once the Queens put it on a postcard, everyone wants a Christmas tree. So they decorated it. And that's how these traditions spread. So I think the tree is such a big symbol for almost every religion, I think everything. Such a big thing. So it's one of those symbols that connects us all. Lights are another one, aren't they? So that's another one. Stars, that's very important. Angels, these are very important symbols. So I think there's a lot of imagery surrounding Christmas. A new baby being born,
gifts,
giving of the gifts. Yes, these are very, very unique. So I think for Christmas, in that sense, what Baba tends to guide us towards is really thinking of the whole tree, because souls of all religions have certain commonalities in the way, and these are representations of spiritual matters that Brahmins experience at the confluence age. I don't know if it's in this Murli or not, but in one Murli, Baba says that even the red and the white, you've got Shiv Baba and Brahma Baba covered. You've got your Bapdada symbol. So in this way, you've got these different symbols of confluence age, which sort of embed within the subconsciousness of souls. And then on the path of Bhakti, it's recreated in different ways. And so I think for us, there's all that good feeling. Now we've got knowledge as to what this is all about. And so it gains in its spirituality for us. So I'll hand over to Ranjanben.
Also, I'd like to say about every year we get a tree from Murli.
We do, and that was a tradition after the Second World War. So the UK had helped defend Norway against Nazi Germany. And so every year since then, they send 2 Christmas trees to the UK as a gift. And one of them is put on in Trafalgar Square. And I think the other one is put outside the Prime Minister's house. So these are gifts connected with Oslo. So they have these different traditions. And for someone like me, I was born in the UK, and we have that sort of Christian influence since elementary school, because we would have daily prayers, and even in normal state schools, that was quite normal when I was at school in the 1980s. And the nativity was something that is done every year in schools here in the UK. So when I was about 6 or 7 years old, I played the angel Gabriel in the school nativity. So again, when you grow up and you hear these things from Baba, these things make sense then, don't they? That what are these meanings? So Christmas has multiple meanings for us in a broader sense as well. And these symbols mean a lot. The name, we say Christ in English, but the Latin is Christo, the Greek is Christo, and you can already see, can't you, the similarity with that word Krishna. So this Krishna, both of them mean the attractive, the attraction. So the one who attracts and pulls. So I think there's a lot of borrowing and exchange that occurs between religions as time goes on as well. And so this new birth, the baby being born, for Brahmins, it's meaning something else now because of the knowledge we have of where confluence age will move to with the birth of Krishna. And then there are several Murlis where Baba speaks of the connection between the Christian religion and the land of Krishna, and how the Christian colonies, the European colonies, they really took over India and emptied India really of so much of its wealth and resource. And so Baba says it's in the drama that it will return back. And so what you see is the 3 kings, or sometimes they're depicted as holy men.
Wise men.
They came, wise men, they came from the east to meet the baby Jesus. So Baba says that there are three authorities: the authority of religion, the authority of governance and politics, and the authority of science. And these three dominate the world. And we've seen how in the last few centuries, those three have really been commandeered by Europe, haven't they? And then where those European colonies, they expanded, so America, Australia, all of these countries, they really dominate, and they dominated the world. And Baba is saying that it's in the drama now that those three, they'll return back. So those three kings, they came from the east to the west. And Baba says now at confluence, Shiv Baba, the son of knowledge, has risen in the east. And so these three will now return back to the east as well as time goes on. So much symbolism of this festival when we look at it through the third eye of knowledge. So I'll hand over to Ranjanben now.
Om Shanti, good morning to all. Before I start the Murli, about the music. In a way, everybody likes music, even babies if they're crying, and it's very soothing. And most music is very meaningful and appealing, and it can cheer you up and comfort you. It's like a therapy. So, but Baba often says in the Murli that even we children sometimes, we feel some karmic accounts come, so we feel, sort of not interested and moody. It's best, Baba often says, just put on the music and it will guide you and cheer you up and create a good atmosphere, and you will come back and start thinking of Baba and Baba's knowledge. So it's a good service, it's a good thing, so I thought I'd just share that. Now, this Murli is really good about Christmas, because last week, Judy said about wondering whether she did writing about Christmas tree. We can see Shailen with his hat. But yes, it's good way to serve. That yes, it's physical way. Also, it's a good thing when family meet, we share and enjoy gifts, physical gifts. But now in this Murli, Baba is explaining everything, the meaning of the Christmas tree and the decoration. But at the same time, Baba is really explaining that why all these memorials are, and the importance of confluence age, that we have festival every time, every day, all the time. This Christmas or Diwali or Hanukkah, all those festivals just last for a day or so. And so Baba has really explained the tree and the importance of the stars and everything in decorating the tree. But at the same time, Baba is explaining about the spiritual meaning and our importance, our memorial. And Baba has given a spiritual gift that would last us throughout the Kalpa, because it's a Kalpa tree we are from. So it's really beautiful. So we thought it's appropriate because next week is Christmas, that you can do the service, just explaining if somebody is curious. So you can celebrate this in a physical way with the family, as well as keeping the spiritual meaning and the awareness of it, and just giving that spiritual gift. Certainly, or even through mind, we don't have to say anything unless somebody asks for it, but through the mind. So, Om Shanti. This is the Murli of 25th December, 1983. 25th December, 1983. Baba says the most important days are the days of confluence age. Today, the greatest Father has come to congratulate the greatest children for an important day. Congratulations are being given for Christmas to the children who are sweeter than kishmish. So kishmish is raisins. As you know, at Christmas people have mince pies and use a lot of raisins and sultanas. So it means sweetness. We are sharing sweet words, sweetness with each other. So it's Baba is saying that today the greatest Father has come to congratulate the greatest children for an important day. Congratulations are being given for Christmas to the children who are sweeter than kishmish. It's a K-I-S-H-M-I-S-H, means raisins. The most important days are the days of the confluence age. The bad days have finished, and the days of happiness, the days of maintaining enthusiasm, the festival days are the days of the confluence age. On this important day, the father of Kalpa tree on this important day, the father of the Kalpa tree tells you the story of Kalpa tree. It is in these important days of the confluence that the foundation of the Kalpa tree, the elevated, sparkling Brahmin souls decorate the entire tree with their sparkle. The lucky stars, the lovely stars, make the whole tree most beautiful. The decorations of the tree are you, the sparkling living stars. In the tree, the sparkling angels who are white and light also sparkle on the tree. The memorial has been the decoration of the Christmas tree. It is the memorial of this time, this day. The most important days of the confluence age, the days of enthusiasm, have been remembered as the festival days, and the night has been transformed into the day. The darkness is changed into light. The Brahmin family meets together at this important time of the confluence and eats together with great love. The Brahma Bhojan and the food for the soul. So the memorial of all that is that the whole family meets together, eats and drinks and celebrates together. Out of the entire Kalpa, it is the confluence age, which is the day, the time for celebrating with the greatest pleasure and happiness. At the confluence age, celebrate and let your heart experience as much happiness as you choose. The intoxication of the nectar of knowledge will let you experience the stage of being lost in love. It is this spiritual intoxication that you experience, especially on special days. the total age of confluence is Brahm Murat. It means the auspicious time of the beginning. So it is Brahma-Muhurat. So Brahma means the auspicious and Murat means the time of the beginning. So we had that Amrit Vela Murli last week, 31st December 1970. And that was a whole timetable for us to start the day from the beginning until the night time. But Baba explains the whole of the confluence age is Amrit Vela for us, Brahm Murat. And from the time of nectar, as soon as your eyes open, at the time of your elevated birth, what do you receive? How many gifts do you receive? As soon as your eyes open, you see your old Baba. You are seeing white Baba, and within the white, you see the red. Who did you see? You saw the Father, the creator of peace. How many gifts did he give you? So many gifts that you are sustained with those gifts through many, many births. You will not need to buy anything. The most important gift of all, even more valuable than diamonds, is the bracelet of love. He gave you the bracelet of godly magic, and through this, whatever you seek, wherever you seek it, you simply have to invoke the thought and you experience the attainment. There is nothing which is unavailable within the treasure store of Brahmins. As soon as you opened your eyes, all the children received this gift. Everyone has received this. Have they not? Or has anyone missed out? This is the importance of the great day. The memorial of the first Brahmin souls continues even today in the signs of the last religion. Because you, the elevated Brahmin souls, are the foundation of the entire tree. You are the grandfathers and the great-grandfathers of all souls. All the branches belong to you. You, the Brahmins, are the most important of all, the foundation of the tree. This is why souls of every religion continue to celebrate the customs and systems of the confluence age in some way or another, in memory of you souls. You are the souls worthy of worship, who have been this since the beginning of time, even more so than the Supreme Soul. You are the ones who are worshipped in double form, and so having the awareness of yourselves as being most important, the most elevated, celebrate the days of happiness. How few are the days of celebration? Relative to the whole Kalpa, it is just one day. So celebrate it intensely. Dance with happiness. Eat Brahma Bhojan and sing songs of happiness. Do you have any other concern? What will the carefree empress do all day? Just celebrate with pleasure. Let the mind celebrate with happiness. Acha, today in particular, to all double foreigner children in all directions, special greetings and congratulations for celebrating the most important day, the day of pleasure and happiness. Bap Dada has come to give a gift for this special meeting. Now there are just a few of you, and even so, you have to sit at such a distance. When there has been further expansion, then it will only be possible to have a glimpse, a vision, and then there will not be a chance for meeting. There will only be a chance to have glimpse. The vision will have changed into a darshan. It's a Hindi word, D-A-R-S-H-A-N. It means the vision, just a glimpse, and not vision, just a glimpse. At the end, it will only be possible to receive drishti. And so in bhakti, this word has been transformed into darshan, a vision or a glimpse. What is the double intoxication that the double foreigners specially experience? There is a song. We have crossed the highest walls, the widest oceans, and we have come to you. There are the walls of this world and the different lands here. And so you have crossed the highest walls of different lands and the walls of religion, the walls of knowledge, the walls of beliefs, the walls of customs and systems. You have crossed all these and you have come here. The people of Bharat experienced this meeting, and the people of Bharat also claimed their inheritance, but they found Baba within their own land. And so they did not have to cross such high walls. They only had to cross the wall of bhakti. But the double foreign children have had to cross high walls of many varieties. And this is why there is double intoxication. You have crossed many varieties of curtains created by the world. And so to the children who have crossed all these walls, double love and remembrances. Effort is being made, but Baba's love has made you forget the labor. Acha, to such elevated souls worthy of worship, to the most important children who give everyone light and might, to those who with spiritual intoxication always live in the world of pleasure and happiness, to those who have the awareness of each day as a festival day and celebrate it in that way, to those who received the unlimited godly gifts, to the sparkling elevated stars that decorate the entire Kalpa tree, Bap Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. And then there's group meetings in London and Australia. You want to read it?
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a meeting, Bap Dada meeting London group and then Australia group as well. It's about a page and a half, just over a page. To London groups, Do all of you have the awareness of being the long lost and now found children? How great has been the love and the search with which Baba has found you and made you part of the bouquet. Coming into the bouquet, all of you have become spiritual roses. The eternal spiritual roses are those that give eternal fragrance. So, Bab Dada's gift today and our self-respect, eternal spiritual roses that give eternal fragrance. Do you experience yourself to be this? Each one has this intoxication. I am loved by Baba. Each one says, Baba loves me more than anyone else. Just as no one is more loved than Baba, in the same way, children also say, Baba loves me. And Baba has special love for each one according to each one's speciality. Even though it is number-wise, yet still there is special love for each one. Only Baba and you know the value of the children. No one else is able to know. Others think that you people are ordinary, but you are the ones who are the lucky few out of multi-millions. You are the ones that Baba has made belong to himself, and as soon as you belong to Baba, there is all attainment. Baba has given each one of you the key to all treasures. Baba has not kept that key with himself. There are so many keys that everyone has been given the one, and this is a key, which is a master key, so that you can use it for whichever treasure it is you choose. And you are able to claim that treasure. You do not need to labor. London is the place of the kingdom. And so those who live at the place of the kingdom are the ones who are themselves those who have claimed the self-sovereignty. Is there this intoxication? You are the ones who create subjects, not those who are the subjects. All of you are moving forward in service because there is benefit experienced. The soul cannot stay without service. If there is less service, there is less attainment. And so a soul who has experienced attainment cannot stay without service. Just see, even though you people left this land and went away into foreign lands, Baba came searching for you, even in foreign lands, to make you belong to himself. No matter how you ran away, still Baba caught hold of you. Acha, that's beautiful, isn't it? Now Baba is Bapdada meeting Australian group. All are Mahavirs. The Mahavirs means those who bid farewell to Maya for all time. You know, Baba said today Maya makes you into corpse. But no, if you are Mahavir, means a brave warrior, soldier or a warrior. Warrior, is it a brave? So Mahavirs are also called those who can ride. They are Maharathis who can ride elephant. You know, in order to ride elephant, you have to be very brave also. So that's why Baba says that all are Mahavirs. The Mahavirs means those who bid farewell to Maya for all time. Have you celebrated such a ceremony? Bap Dada constantly sees Australia as the place for courageous ones. The residents of Australia are the ones who bid farewell to Maya for all time, because when Baba is with you, then in Baba's presence, Maya cannot come. If you are always with Baba, then Maya has been bid farewell. The ones who say farewell are the ones who remain the constant jewels of contentment, content with the self and content with service, content in all connections, content in all things. So the jewels of contentment are also the ones who constantly sit on the heart throne. The one who is always seated on the throne is the one who has constant happiness and intoxication. Bap Dada is seeing the contented jewels, the Mahavirs, the group that has conquered Maya. All of you seem to be such experienced souls. You are also servers. Just as London has a special part within the field of service, so too Australia has a special part. Bap Dada constantly sees the residents of Australia as being ever ready in service, ones who constantly move forward in service, and Baba gives a certificate for this. All of you are still awake because Australia is ahead of in time, you know, the physical is in, they are very away. So this was Baba speaks Murli in Madhuban from 6:30 in the evening, you know, until 12, sometimes 12 or 10. But at that time in Australia, it was 3:30 a.m. So it was Amrit Vela, and Australia always gets up, no matter whatever time Bap Dada comes. That's why Baba is saying that Baba gives them a certificate for this. All of you are still awake, 3:30 a.m. in Australia. And there must also be a vigil taking place for all of you somewhere or another. Your bhagats stay awake for you, and so if you stay awake, what is so great about that? Everything begins with Sangam. Whatever it is you do with Gyan, they do with Bhakti. But even the foundation of Bhakti is laid at the confluence age. For them, it is the feeling, and here it is Gyan. All of you are going on service. You are returning home. To go means to give the proof of service and bring those souls here, means to Madhuban, to meet Bap Dada and the family. Don't return empty-handed. A bouquet should be presented to Baba. Bring the bouquet or at least a flower button. The question should be added to the form: how many were prepared within this 1 year? Means they fill the form before going to Madhuban. So that's what Baba is saying. The question should be added to the form: how many were prepared within this 1 year? And if someone returns empty-handed, then they shouldn't be given the certificate for next time. Prepare at least one within a year. and bring them here with yourself. Acha, Om Shanti. So this was a beautiful meeting and a beautiful Murli. And it's going to say something, but I forgot. You start because I forgot I was going to say something.
So Baba making us aware that the festivals of the path of Bhakti are the memorials of the experiences of the Brahmins. And so you are directly experiencing something from the seed, and then devotee souls, they will memorialize that and experience it indirectly, but they will gain some attainment through doing that. And Baba is saying that now at Confluence Age, it's actually an age of celebration for you. So you have this opportunity every day to be with Baba and fill yourself with Baba's treasures. And in terms of the whole cycle, it's just like a day because it's such a short age. So make the most of it. And you can see how the tree and the lights of the tree and the gifts, all of these are very powerful images from Bhakti, which we experience in a spiritual way at Confluence Age. Would anyone?
I'd like to say, I remember now this Murli 1983, but there were only few foreigners, and they actually it was a season for Bharatvasis from India used to go, but then those who are in a teaching profession or school holidays, so there were only very few handful used to go, could go there. Are not many Brahmins, and that's why they were allowed to go in December. And those who have been there just related their experience that they would sit closer to Baba, although in 83, after 8 years, it was more people. That's why Baba said the distance, but others, they sat in Baba's room at first, and then they were allowed to even feed Baba. So many times Baba called them to give Toli and Dristi, but afterwards the number increased. It was in history hall and meditation hall. So probably this was in meditation hall near Baba's hut. And so, but still, and so Baba's, sisters who used to say that, oh, this is a film song about, that you have to cross so many. It's a romantic song in a way, in a film, in a Hindi film, but Baba has used this because it has a beautiful meaning. And so Baba related to us because Baba is also romantic, can be romantic sometimes, and that's why he said we have climbed all this, means we are far away and climbed the walls, high walls and walls of our, lokic beliefs and the world and all that culture, change of total culture, religion, everything. And so I just remembered that 1983, those who went will remember how, they were close to Baba and so many meetings, so many tolis, so much love from Bharatvasis and family of Madhuban Dadis. And then this song, Baba reminded, that about climbing the very, very high wall and go to Baba, meet Baba. Okay, that's the Om Shanti.
Would anyone who's here on the call in the Zoom meeting like to come in and say anything?
Thank you so much, Om Shanti. Thank you so much for revelation of the Christmas tree. What is going to go with me and stay with me is when Baba gives me that bracelet of love, that special gift. I love that. You know, these things that you keep in your mind, they help you so much to stay with Baba. And it was very revealing that many times Baba will mention, you know, Jesus and in the Murlis as well. So thank you so much. It was very revealing.
Yes, Baba has a special affection for the Christ soul for sure. And if you think about it, he really gives such an accurate message. He tells all his followers that destruction is going to happen and heaven is coming. The Father is creating heaven. He tells them it will happen in their lifetime. He leads a life of celibacy. He encourages others to not value materialism and focus upon themselves and to focus upon kindness and care. I mean, he's so many points of the Murli. And Daddy Janki used to talk about his tolerance. I mean, that's more the festival of Easter. So we'll tackle that at that time. But the power of tolerance that Jesus displays, which becomes a foundation for that religion as well. So yes, Baba has a great deal of affection for that father, for that religious father. And you can see many similarities when you look at the way in which churches operate and to the way in which Baba operates. Then in terms of the bracelet, you're right. Bhakti has a lot of, doesn't it, a lot of value of items, little trinkets or little sorts of items. And it's really the vibration that's filled within it that counts. And objects embody memory, objects embody feelings. So on a subtle level, like Baba was saying to us yesterday, he decorates the Brahmins. He doesn't accumulate physical idols. He has the living deity souls that he decorates you. And so this type of bracelet, if you imagine in your subtle body, Baba putting that on. And then even physical things, they also became to be used really, again, as you say, as a reminder. So for example, if you visit Madhuban, you'll be given a ring. And that system started with one sister from the south of India. That's where she was running a center called Sister Rosie. And when she was leaving Madhuban, this was in the days of Brahma Baba, she said that I'd like something so that I can, it's like an aid to remember you by, that this is really where my relationship is. And so she actually asked for a ring to be made with Shud Baba on it. And that was her method, and Brahma Baba put that ring on her. And then it became a system through the family, that it's reminding you. And then Baba would talk about badges and wearing a badge, and it reminds you. So this sort of thing, they're also used in the Brahmin family. They can be used for that purpose too.
Yeah, and you might remember Rosie, when those who were there in 86, 85, 86, she came here and then she went to Trinidad because she had a brother in Trinidad, Rosie Ben. So probably some older adults, they would remember Rosie Ben was there. But what else I mean is, I'd say to you that Baba said, seek it or something. Baba used the word and taught, and you will receive. But Jesus said something like that as well.
He did. Yes, I think Baba is remembering that sort of line from Christianity. I think ask and ye shall receive, that type of thing. But in Bhakti, of course, we tend to ask more and we don't have that sense of becoming in the same way because we're devotees at that time. But Baba makes us children. He says you have a right, you have to become full, you have to have an accumulation. I think the thing that I took the most was that these treasures, these gifts from Baba, they're going to be with you for many births. That what we're doing now, even long after we've forgotten Baba, maybe some birth in the Copper Age, maybe some birth in the Iron Age, those treasures that Baba gave us in the previous Confluence Age, that protection that Baba gives us, it will probably help us even then. So to really remember that the gifts directly from the Supreme Soul, they are imperishable. They go with the soul for many, many births. Would you like to come in again, sister?
Yes, so this is why I'm saying that that imaginary bracelet is going to keep Baba with me all the time. You know, many of the sisters I hear when they talk, they say, you know, they're going somewhere and they say, Baba, come with me. It's like you're talking to Baba all the time. And it's like he's real. He's so real that he protects you and you keep him with you all the time. And you have to remember this and bear this in mind so that you are going to be protected all the time. And I'm getting much more of that feeling all the time, because I did not come to Baba very long ago. It might be just about 4 years, less than 4 years that I've been with Baba. But I'm growing more and more into him, you know. And love is the one word that makes the world go round. Love is the answer for everything.
That's right. And it's, I think yoga does take that time to develop and we feel closer. Last Sunday's Murli was on that theme. You know, how do we move closer? So Baba was saying, the more that you practice being a charioteer, sitting in your body of the chariot, you'll become more of a detached observer. You'll move closer to Baba. So these things are a pilgrimage. They are something that is more of a process than something happening suddenly. But it's about that perseverance, because why should it be very easy? The highest and high Father, there should be some effort involved there. And it's not that much effort, but the essence of it is that it's a relationship. And all relationships require time, attention, in order for that relationship to grow, for that closeness to develop, for that understanding to grow. And here we have a relationship with the Supreme Soul who is very unequal, because we're very low in our energy and attainments, and Shri Baba is complete. So again, some of that closeness actually develops as we become more full and powerful inside. As long as we're feeling a huge difference, it's a different feeling. There's the love is there, but it's not that same closeness that you get where you feel that equality. So that sort of closeness can only develop as we become more like Baba, as we fill ourselves with Baba's attainments.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone else like to come in and comment? Okay, so brothers and sisters with us here, and also brothers and sisters who will tune in later through the video or the audio, we wish you a very joyful Christmas festive period, wherever you're celebrating or you're not celebrating, but it's that time of Confluence Age anyway. So Baba, as you heard, will say that for you, every day is Christmas. Every day is Diwali because for you, it is a celebration of having found the Supreme Soul, having found clear knowledge, true knowledge, having discovered yourself and your future, and who you were and who you are going to be again. So for you, it's very, very different. So the whole confluence age is a celebration. Because the next 2 Saturdays are Christmas Day and New Year's Day, we'll meet you again later in January in 3 Saturdays' time. So Ranjanben and I, we wish you a very joyful Christmas festive period and also a New Year period. And we look forward to meeting you again in a few weeks for the month of January. So for Brahmins, the special festival is 18th of January. And we will dedicate some BK Chit Chats to the theme of Brahma Baba and the theme of the angel. Lady Janki used to say that the month of January is a month of silence for the Brahmins, and that it's possible to make 11 months effort in that 1 month of January. So we can really make the most of it. The Baba's given us extra blessings in that month. And so Brahma Baba would no doubt be helping even more. And so let's make the most of that month and maybe make a program of extra meditation and celebrate it as that time of silence to experience our own subtle self. And then we'll also try and upload some other material along the way to give you some more stimulus to your efforts. And then we'll meet you again in a few weeks too. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Happy New
Om Shanti. Bye-bye.
Happy New Year to all.
Happy
And
Christmas,
happy
happy
Om
Christmas.
New Year
Shanti.
to you both. And
Happy-
Baba's blessings.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Om Shanti.